America woke to a new year and a familiar nightmare. Two horrific attacks, hours apart, shook the nation to its core. In New Orleans, the heart of revelry turned to a scene of carnage as a truck plowed through crowds on Bourbon Street. Meanwhile, in Las Vegas, the Strip was rattled by a fiery explosion. A Tesla Cybertruck transformed into a weapon of destruction. The nation held its breath, grappling with the chilling reality of terror's long reach. The timing, on the first day of 2025, felt particularly cruel. A stark reminder that even amidst celebrations, the specter of violence lurks. As investigators scrambled for answers, a nation sought solace and strength, united in grief and determined to confront the darkness. The attacks, while geographically disparate, shared a chilling resonance, raising immediate questions about potential connections. Were they the work of lone wolves driven by twisted ideologies, or part of a larger, coordinated assault on American soil? As details emerged, a nation waited anxiously for answers, hoping against hope that the attacks were isolated incidents, not harbingers of a terrifying new chapter. The vibrant energy of New Orleans' iconic Bourbon Street was shattered on New Year's Day. What began as a night of joyous celebration, with the streets filled with laughter, music, and the clinking of glasses, quickly turned into a scene of terror and chaos. The festive atmosphere, which had drawn thousands of locals and tourists alike, was abruptly disrupted by an act of unimaginable violence. As revelers reveled, oblivious to the horror that was about to unfold, the air was thick with excitement and anticipation. People danced and sang, embracing the spirit of the new year, unaware that their lives were about to be irrevocably changed. The joyous crowd, lost in the moment, had no inkling of the impending danger. A rented box truck barreled down the crowded street, its engine a roar that would forever be etched in the city's memory. The driver, with a chilling determination, navigated the vehicle through the throngs of people, showing no signs of slowing down. The truck's headlights cut through the night, a harbinger of the devastation that was to come. The truck, driven with a chilling purpose, transformed a scene of celebration into one of unimaginable chaos. Debris flew through the air as the vehicle plowed through the crowd, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The once vibrant street was now a tableau of horror, with emergency vehicles rushing to the scene, their sirens piercing the night. Eyewitnesses described a scene of utter pandemonium. People screamed and ran in all directions, trying to escape the path of the oncoming truck. Some stood frozen in shock, unable to comprehend the sudden shift from celebration to catastrophe. The air was filled with the sounds of panic and despair as the reality of the situation began to sink in. The truck, a speeding projectile amidst a sea of humanity, left a trail of devastation in its wake. Bodies lay strewn across the street, and the once festive decorations were now trampled and torn. The aftermath was a stark contrast to the joyous scene that had existed just moments before. The impact of the attack was felt not just physically but emotionally, as the community grappled with the senseless violence. Bodies were flung through the air, the force of the impact echoing through the French Quarter. The injured lay on the ground, some crying out for help, others eerily silent. The scene was one of utter devastation, with the once lively street now resembling a war zone. The force of the truck's impact was a brutal reminder of the fragility of life. The street, moments ago alive with music and laughter, fell silent, save for the screams of the injured and the stunned gasps of those who witnessed the horror. Emergency responders worked tirelessly to tend to the wounded, their efforts a beacon of hope amidst the chaos. The silence was a stark contrast to the earlier festivities, a somber reminder of the night's tragic turn. The attack, as cowardly as it was calculated, targeted a symbol of New Orleans' spirit, its joie de vivre. Bourbon Street, known for its vibrant nightlife and cultural significance, was now a scene of sorrow and loss. The attack struck at the heart of what makes New Orleans unique, its ability to bring people together in celebration and joy. Bourbon Street, a place where strangers became friends and inhibitions were shed, became a symbol of vulnerability, a stark reminder that even in the heart of celebration, evil could rear its ugly head. The street, once a beacon of joy and camaraderie, now stood as a testament to the fragility of peace and the ever-present threat of violence. The city, known for its resilience, prepared to bury its dead, tend to its wounded, and begin the long, arduous process of healing. Memorials and vigils sprang up along Bourbon Street, as the community came together to mourn and support one another. The spirit of New Orleans, though shaken, remained unbroken, as the city vowed to rise from the ashes of this tragedy and reclaim its vibrant soul. Las Vegas, the city of sin and spectacle, found itself at the center of a different kind of drama. Known for its dazzling lights, world-class entertainment, and bustling casinos, the city is no stranger to excitement. But on this fateful night, the excitement turned into terror. Just hours after the New Orleans attack, a deafening explosion rocked the Strip, sending shockwaves through the neon canyons. The sound was so loud that it could be heard miles away, causing immediate panic among the residents and tourists alike. People who were enjoying their evening were suddenly thrown into chaos. The source of the blast, a Tesla Cybertruck, parked ominously in front of the Trump International Hotel, transformed into a fiery inferno. The vehicle, once a symbol of futuristic innovation, now stood as a burning testament to the destructive power of the explosion. Flames leapt into the night sky, casting an eerie glow over the surrounding area. The truck, packed with fuel canisters and firework mortars, detonated with a force that shook nearby buildings. The sheer power of the explosion was enough to rattle windows and set off car alarms blocks away. It was a scene of utter devastation, with debris scattered across the street and the smell of burning fuel filling the air. Windows shattered, showering the street below with glass. The sound of breaking glass added to the cacophony of the explosion, creating a symphony of destruction. Pedestrians who were nearby had to shield themselves from the falling shards, adding to the chaos and confusion. Tourists and locals alike scrambled for cover, their cries of alarm swallowed by the echoing boom. The once lively and vibrant Strip was now a scene of pandemonium, with people running in every direction, trying to find safety. The fear was palpable as no one knew if more explosions were to follow. The air, thick with smoke and the acrid smell of explosives, crackled with tension. The once clear night was now obscured by a dense cloud of smoke, making it difficult to see and breathe. Emergency services were quick to respond, but the scale of the disaster was overwhelming. The blast, coming on the heels of the New Orleans attack, sent a collective shudder through the nation. News of the explosion spread like wildfire, with people across the country glued to their screens, watching the horrifying footage. The sense of unease was growing, as people began to wonder if these attacks were connected. Was this a coordinated attack, a deliberate targeting of a landmark associated with former President Trump? The location of the explosion raised many questions, as the Trump International Hotel is a prominent and controversial landmark. Speculation ran rampant, with theories ranging from political motives to random acts of terror. Or was it a separate, equally horrifying incident, a grim coincidence that compounded the nation's sense of unease? Authorities were quick to launch an investigation, interviewing witnesses and analyzing the scene for clues. The public was desperate for answers, but the complexity of the situation made it difficult to draw any immediate conclusions. As investigators sifted through the wreckage, the city that never sleeps found itself holding its breath, bracing for answers. The once bustling streets were now eerily quiet as people waited anxiously for news. The sense of uncertainty was pervasive, as everyone hoped for a resolution that would bring some semblance of peace back to the city. From the Oval Office, a somber President Biden addressed a nation grappling with grief and uncertainty. The weight of recent events was palpable, and the president's demeanor reflected the gravity of the situation. His eyes, usually filled with a spark of hope, now bore the burden of a nation in mourning. The room was silent, save for the soft hum of the cameras capturing this historic moment. His words, measured and resolute, conveyed both the weight of the tragedies and the unwavering resolve of a nation united against terror. He spoke of the lives lost, the families shattered, and the communities left in disarray. Yet, amidst the sorrow, there was a clear message of resilience. The president emphasized that the American spirit, though tested, would not be broken. His voice, steady and firm, served as a beacon of strength for a nation in need of reassurance. The attacks, he declared, were an assault on the very fabric of American society, a stark reminder that even in the pursuit of peace and prosperity, vigilance remained paramount. He recounted the harrowing details of the attacks, painting a vivid picture of the chaos and destruction that had unfolded. The images of devastation were a stark contrast to the president's calm and composed demeanor, highlighting the resilience and determination of the American people. President Biden, his voice heavy with empathy, extended his deepest condolences to the victims and their families. He spoke directly to those who had lost loved ones, offering words of comfort and solace. His empathy was palpable, and it was clear that he shared in their grief. The president's heartfelt words were a reminder that, in times of tragedy, the nation stands together, united in its sorrow and its resolve to overcome. The nation, he asserted, mourned with them, sharing in their pain and offering unwavering support. He spoke of the countless acts of kindness and solidarity that had emerged in the wake of the attacks, highlighting the strength and compassion of the American people. The president's words were a call to action, urging the nation to come together in support of those affected and to stand united against the forces of hatred and division. He praised the swift actions of first responders, who, amidst the chaos, had demonstrated extraordinary courage and compassion. The president recounted stories of bravery and selflessness, highlighting the heroism of those who had risked their lives to save others. He spoke of the firefighters, police officers, and medical personnel who had worked tirelessly to provide aid and comfort to the victims. Their actions, he said, were a testament to the strength and resilience of the American spirit. The president vowed to bring the perpetrators to justice, declaring that the full force of the federal government would be deployed to investigate the attacks. He spoke of the ongoing efforts to track down those responsible, assuring the nation that no stone would be left unturned. The president's words were a promise of justice, a commitment to holding those who had committed these heinous acts accountable. His resolve was clear and his determination unwavering. He urged Americans to stand together, to resist the forces of division and hatred, and to emerge from this dark hour stronger than ever. The president spoke of the importance of unity and solidarity, emphasizing that the strength of the nation lay in its ability to come together in times of crisis. His words were a call to action, a reminder that, even in the face of adversity, the American people could find strength in their shared values and common purpose. His words, a beacon of hope amidst the darkness, resonated across the nation, a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, the American spirit remained unbroken. The president's address was a testament to the resilience and strength of the American people, a message of hope and determination in the face of adversity. As the nation listened, there was a sense of unity and resolve, a shared belief that, together, they could overcome any challenge and emerge stronger than ever.